Alright, hey everybody, what's up? So, I know this is kind of different from my channel. I'm going to revamp it, change it all. But I kind of wanted to let you know what was going on. I have started working for Swift Transportation. And I have went to orientation already. And I am with my mentor right now. So, there's a few things that's going to happen. So, when you first get the job, right? You're going to turn your application in, you're going to talk to a recruiter, they're going to give you a call, you're going to go over all your shit. You're not going to hear back from them for anywhere between a day to a week, right? I've heard that they turn around and give you a call with like within 24 hours. It's a crazy return. I don't know what you call like return time, comeback time, whatever. Or it's within a week. Typically it's pretty quick though. Mine was like 2 days. They got back a hold of me, and you're going to talk to them. They're going to give you a few things to do. They're going to talk to you about what you want. They're going to ask you about like your driving record, all this. You're going to give that to them. Then they're going to ask you, they're not going to straight out ask you. They didn't ask me, but they're going to talk to you about like doing a bunch of like watching a bunch of videos, going over a bunch of tests, answering a bunch of stuff. Before you go to orientation. So that's the best way to do it, because it's through the Driver Pulse app, and you can do it online. It'll take you to the website and stuff. It's just faster through the app, if you ask me. But you're just gonna watch a shit ton of videos. I think there's like 60 in total, and then they're gonna send you over to the Swift Transportation Portal website. That's better to do on a computer, if you ask me. You're gonna do a whole bunch of videos. You're gonna do more tests and stuff. It's all real easy stuff. If you fuck up the knowledge check stuff, you can just redo it. It might restart it, but you can just redo it. Mine took me, granted I have a newborn at home. Thankfully my lovely wife has been helping me with him while I was doing it. So it took me like 2 days, but I was also taking my time. Get that done. You'll go to orientation. You can do what you don't get done, you will have to do at orientation before you can do anything else. And everybody's gonna have to wait on you, so you're gonna be that asshole. Don't be that asshole, okay? Get all that done before you go. It might be a pain in the ass, it might be boring, whatever. Just get it done. Get it out of the way. After that, you're gonna go to orientation. When you go to orientation, the only thing you really need, mine was 2 days. So you show up, they're gonna get you a hotel room for the night before. You're gonna get there. It's gonna be like, you can do the shuttle when it gets there at 7, but it starts at 7:30 or whatever. Or you can drive. It doesn't matter. So you get there. It starts the beginning. It took. I think we got there at 7:30. Started around 8. And then when I say started, I mean like yeah, we're gonna have everybody who need to go take a drug test that didn't yet go take a drug test. People who didn't finish the videos, they're gonna have to go do the videos. All that shit has to be finished up between the other people that's going with you to orientation at your terminal. So that's gonna take a while. That took my group that went to orientation together. I think there was like 8 or 10 of us. From 8 to 11:30 to get started. So we talked, okay, so let me step back a second. So either someone at the terminal, if you have more than, I think like 4 people, is going to talk to you and do a presentation and go through like a PowerPoint presentation with you and answer a bunch of questions and this and that. And it's going to take, about 4 hours or so. It's going to be really boring. It's going to go over a bunch of stuff. Some of it's going to be really interesting. It's going to talk about, what they offer, what certain things they do and stuff. But it's cool. It's not horrible. You do have to suffer through it. It's not bad, though. If the class is smaller than, I think it's like 4 or 5 people, you'll go on a Zoom call, and then one person will do it for like 4 or 5 different terminals worth of people going to orientation. So that's what we did, because the lady that was supposed to do our presentation stuff was not feeling good. She was there, but she wasn't up to it. So we did the Zoom call. Wasn't bad. You don't get a lot of like, hey, I have a question about that. You don't really get that doing the Zoom call with a bunch of other people, but it's not that big of a deal. You can always ask someone later. Once that's done, you'll go back to the hotel. you can ask questions and stuff. They go over like certain things like the points app, but you don't have to worry about that. They'll talk to you about it when you get there. But after all that, at the end, before you go back to the hotel, they're going to talk to you. They're going to ask some questions. They're going to get some information from you. They're going to have you do either before everybody, like the presentation stuff starts, or after. They're going to have you go do, it's more or less a, hey, I'm not stupid. I can read English and I can point stuff out, and I have seen a semi before. It takes like 5 minutes on the computer. It's a little test. I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but it's a cognitive test. More or less, you're not an idiot. One person failed it with us, and he said he clicked the wrong thing. I don't think he clicked the wrong thing. I just don't think he knew anything of what he was doing. He had none of his shit right. He couldn't do the drug test because of some stuff. They didn't have him on any of their paperwork and this and that. It was, I don't know what was going on with that guy, but he's not the normal person. The normal person who go in, they're going to breeze through that, do the 5-minute thing. They're going to be a little survey at the end. You just 5-star it, get it done. They're going to give you, give me 1 second, I'll show you. Give you one of these, and in this, there on the back has your flow code. So if you have any questions about anything, you can scan one of the QR codes. It'll take you to it. It'll tell you everything you need. But inside of this, let me take some of my personal paperwork out. There's gonna be a few things. So there's gonna be this thing right here on the right, just pamphlet shit. More shit. This is all over here is for your mentor when you get with your mentor. You don't really need anything in it. You're gonna have it though. Keep it. You have to bring it with you when you come back. If you did, of course, you go to orientation before you guarantee the job. So you have to keep a hold of this. Where if you get the job, you have to bring it with you. I'm gonna cover my name up, but they'll also give you one of these at the end. Just an envelope. Has your fuel card in it. It's not activated. It's not worth much. So yeah, you're gonna have it. It's gonna have a bunch of information in it. More or less, don't fuck with it. Just leave it alone. You're gonna take this with you. You're gonna go back to the hotel. You're gonna come back the next day. They start around like 9 or so. The next day, sorry about that. I'm dropping everything. So the next day is gonna go a lot faster. The next day is gonna end. It's gonna be like from 9 to 1 in the evening, and 9 a.m. to 1. They don't feed you lunch the second day. They do feed you lunch the first day, so you don't have to. That's not a big worry. But so you're gonna go through. You're gonna go back to the hotel. You're gonna come back the second day. The second day they're gonna go over a little more stuff. You're also gonna talk to the terminal leader. He's gonna come in. He's gonna have about a 2-3 hour lecture. No, I don't want to say lecture because it's all important stuff you need to know. It's all. It kind of goes over everything. He gives a bunch of examples, like real life examples of like crashes, things that's happened, things to avoid, things to look out for, good things and bad. He's going to go over pay. He's going to go over everything with you, tell you what you should look out for, what you shouldn't, what's good, what's bad, what's full of shit, what's not. Okay. I had Larry at the Columbus terminal. He's a really cool guy. He's really laid back. And if you're one of those people who's like, I want to do this, but I'm worried about, like storms, rain, snow, ice, all that stuff. He literally told us, granted, I went in mid-December, got hired on. Now it's January 4th. I'm with my mentor. And so snow was a big ordeal and ice. And he straight up told us, if you're not comfortable, pull the fuck off the road and stop. Let your mentor take over or just shut down. Don't get on the side of the road. Don't get anywhere safe where your shit's gonna get stolen. Go to a Pilot, go to a Love's, Flying J, go to a truck stop and stop. Go to a rest area and stop. Fill out a micro 27, more or less just a, hey, I'm late. Shit happens, right? You don't need to know what that is. They'll go over that with you when you go with your mentor and stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. They really work with you. If they don't want you on the road if you're not safe and if you don't feel safe, because that just jacks their insurance up. That's more fines for them. That's more money out of their pocket, more money out of your pocket. Not good for anybody. Don't do it. You're not comfortable, don't fucking do it. Period. If you're stuck in a storm and you're out west and you want to come back east and you're like, hey, you can call your driver leader up, you can call up your dispatcher, like, hey, am I able to drop this load somewhere, pick up another one, go back east to get out of the storm or something? It's not going to be over with for a few days. I don't want to be down because of the snowstorm or whatever. They'll do that. They'll work with you. They want you moving so you can make money, because if you're not making money, they're not making money, and then nobody's happy and they don't need you, so they'll send you away. All right? They're not going to be that quick to fire you, but if you're going to be one of those people that turns down load after load after load, or takes days to pick something up, or picks something up and then goes, it's starting to, snow a little bit, and it's actually crystal clear and 40 degrees, and you shut down for 3 days, they're probably like, well, we're having issues, we don't need you, have a good day, and send you on your way, right? But yeah, they'll work with you. They're all about safety, so if that's a concern, don't worry about it too much. So after that, after orientation, all that, you're gonna go home and you're not gonna hear anything for days, probably. Typically I went on a Monday and a Tuesday, came back home Tuesday evening. I heard from them Thursday, and they want every bit of your previous employment history. And that was an issue. I had lost some old W-2s and stuff from moving. My God, just have all that together. It is a fight, and it's like pulling teeth. Keep your shit together and give it all to them, give them everything they need. Stay on them. Don't worry about it. Blow them up, because that's their job. Make sure they have everything they need from you. Make sure you have everything you need from them. And you'll all be good and dandy, and they'll tell you more or less if you're hired or not. If they're asking you for previous employment paperwork and stuff, you definitely have the job. They're waiting for you to get your shit together. And the faster you get it together, the faster you're going to get done. The faster you get done, the faster you get with your mentor. I wanted to go flatbed though, and they don't have any flatbed mentors free for a while. So I sat waiting for a mentor for 10 days. Got a email from my driver leader going, hey, it's been 10 days you've been hired. You haven't been on a truck. I need you on a truck ASAP. They put me with a drive-in mentor. That's fine. He's cool. His name's Matthew. He's cool. So yeah, I got with my mentor. It's Saturday, the 4th, 2025 of January. I got with him the 2nd, so it's been 2 days now. Hopefully your mentor gets there on time. He was a little late, but they also made him do a drug test, so it's understandable. It's completely fine. And I don't know if you're going to go back and look at the weather for the date of January 2nd through the 4th, but it's a big snowstorm. And I'm up here working with him. He's on the dedicated account for Sam's Club. And we're stuck in Canton, Ohio due to snow. And we probably will be till Tuesday, which is frustrating, but it happens. But once you get with your mentor, you're more or less getting their truck. That's where they live. Take care of it. Keep your shit clean, okay? That's my bunk right there. His is right here. He's actually not in it. He lives about 10 minutes from here, so he just had family come pick him up, and he went back home. And he's going to be there until we hear a word or we're actually able to get out. That's fine by me completely. Some people have the problem with that. They're like, well, if I'm stuck in this truck, you got to be too. And they're all grumpy and hate the world. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here if you want to get out of here. Because then that means I'm in here by myself and I can just relax and do as I please. I can... granted, I am sleeping on the top bunk. That is his bed. I'm not going to bother his bed. That is extremely rude to be like, well, you're not in here, so I'm going to sleep on the bottom bunk. All right? nothing wrong with that top bunk. It's extremely comfortable. It's actually really nice. It does have the plastic on it. That was something he said I could take it off if I wanted to. I chose not to because he has had other students before me and they have all slept on that bed. And for me, I'm more comfortable with the fact, hygiene wise, of sleeping on the plastic, because then I'm like, I don't know who those guys are. I'm not saying they're dirty. I'm not saying they're nasty. I'm just saying I don't know them, so I'm not going to trust them. And I'm going to sleep on the plastic. That's just me, all right? I'm not going to sleep where someone else's dirty butt's been. And when you're out here, you're not going to take a shower every day. It's possible to, but it's expensive because you have to pay for it at truck stops, all right? It's not just go in there and go, I need a shower. And they're like, we got it. Go in the back, you know? No. Only way that's going to work when you get them for free. They're fucking hosing your ass down. And it's beginning of January and it's pissing down the snow. I don't want to hose down, all right? All right, so yeah, you're going to take a shower every other day, every couple days. But at the same time, if you start feeling nasty, be like, hey, I really need a shower. We're going to take, let's stop here and take our 30. I'm going to take a quick shower. Or do it on your 10-hour, because you'll typically stop at a truck stop or a rest stop. If you're at a rest stop, just use your personal conveyance and go to a truck stop and take a shower. It's not a huge deal. Don't be one of those people who goes, I need a shower every day. I got out of the truck today. That's what that means. I need a shower. You're not going to be doing a whole lot of manual labor unless you're doing flatbed. And in that case, yeah, I can understand it to a point. But at the same time, get some wipes. Get some baby wipes. Get some dude wipes. Do a little whore bath. Sounds wrong. It's not always the cleanest. But at the same time, it's not always convenient and it's not always possible. Especially if you get stuck out in a snowstorm, you might be at a truck stop that only has a bathroom and a vending machine, and that's what you got to deal with. Be happy it's not just a porta-john out there and you're going to freeze your butt off and get stuck to the toilet seat. All right, so some people are turned off by that, but it's just how it is. All right, females get into this, I have no idea. I know y'all have different needs, different things going on. You can choose to be put with a mentor of your gender. I didn't choose that because I don't really care. I just want the experience because I've done other stuff in the past. I've done a lot of hotshot work. So this isn't completely foreign to me. I'm picking up on it pretty quick. So yeah, you can choose to be with a mentor of the same gender, or you can just, it doesn't matter. Same with smoking. You can get with mentors that don't smoke, and you can get with mentors who do if you're a smoker, or if you're not a smoker. They'll work with you there. So yeah, when it comes to that, not a huge deal. Don't make it a huge deal, okay? Because you'll very quickly, if you do nothing but complain to your mentor about something like that, to a degree, they're going to try to work with you. Especially if you call your driver leader or your terminal leader, they're going to push for them to be like, hey, that guy said he hasn't had a shower for 3 days. Let him go take a shower. And I feel like if it's been 3 days, you definitely need a shower. But to a degree, they're also going to be like, hey, man, I know your mentor. I know that driver. He's doing his best. I talked to him. I know the situation. I know what y'all are stuck in or something. I know what y'all were doing. I know where you're stopped. It's not possible right now. We're sorry. If you want off the truck, we can get you off the truck and with a different mentor. And you can do that. As a student, you can call in, you can complain, or just straight request a different mentor. And some people take that personally. You shouldn't, because not everybody clashes. You're not going to always get along with everybody in the world. So if you're going to be stuck in a truck with somebody for a week, 2 weeks, your whole training at a time, it better be with someone you can either at least joke around with every now and then, or you're not going to enjoy it. And you're not going to learn because you're going to be button heads. All right. So they'll work with you there if you want a different mentor. And if you're in my situation, it's going to really suck. I have backed into one dock. I did really good. Granted, like I said, I've done a lot of flatbed, hotshot, and gooseneck work. I know how to do this. I had a lot of equipment before. So it wasn't a big deal for me that I did it in more or less first try. But if you do have problems, they're going to help you with your backing. They're going to help you any way they can. There's some assholes out there like, well, you just got to figure it out. You just got to do it. And that's kind of like the best way to do it is to figure it out. They're going to give you some pointers. If you don't follow their pointers, you're going to have a hard time. If they don't give you pointers, you're going to have a hard time, but you're going to have to figure it out and just do it. Remember, your trailer turns faster with your tandems all the way up. And if you have split axles on a flatbed trailer, I don't have experience with that yet because I'm with a dry van mentor instead of a flatbed mentor for the meantime. So you got to figure that out. But back to dry van and reefer, the farther forward your axles are, your tandems are, the faster it's going to turn. Farther back, the slower it's going to turn. And remember to open your doors. Once you get lined up with that dock, pull forward, make sure you have room. Open your damn trailer doors. Don't be the idiot that backs up to the dock, goes, I'm done, goes to disconnect from the trailer, and never open their doors because you're going to look like an idiot. They're probably going to laugh at you, but it's not going to be anything like mean. It's just going to be like a ha-ha, you messed up. It's no big deal, pull forward, all right? So do that because that's what I did. I almost backed all the way up, and I'm just hearing him going, stop, stop, stop. I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong? I know I'm clear. I know I'm good. I got out and looked. And I was like, what's going on? And he goes, your doors are closed. I go, yeah, my doors are closed. Of course, I don't need them open. And he goes, your trailer doors. I went, oh. And I had to swallow that pill and get out and do the walk of shame back and open them. So, yeah. Be humble as well. Don't be like, I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Be humble. Take their advice, take their tips, and do it. All right? Even if it's a way that you don't do it or it's different from what you've been told or what you've been taught, just do it. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. You go, I don't get it. I'm going to do it this way. And, just be humble. There's always something you can learn. There's always another thing you can try. Okay? But yeah, because of the snow and everything, like I said, I've only backed into one dock. And I haven't pulled the trailer on the road before, even though I've done a lot of that in CDL school. And depending on your school, depends on your starting out knowledge. I will say that. So yeah, don't bitch too much. I've been with my mentor for 2 going on 3 days. And I bobtailed for like 10 minutes from his house back to the Loves. Because there was no spots open the other day, so I just slept in the truck in his driveway. Not a big deal to me, not a big deal to him. If that's a big deal to you and that mentor offers it to you, be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with it. I want to be at a truck stop or a rest area. And they either have to suck it up and drive you there and get a ride back home, or they're going to have to suck it up and be like, damn, I'm really 20 minutes from home and I can't get a ride home. Can't get an Uber or something. I guess I'm gonna have to sleep in the truck when I'm that close to home, which does suck to know that like your house is right there and you can't get to it, sleep in your own bed. But if it happens, it happens. You're the trainee. If you're not comfortable with it, you're just not, and that's okay. So yeah, but yeah, I bobtailed from his house to the truck stop. I did really good. He said I did really good. I'm not trying to be like I'm the best, but I stayed between the lines. I did the speed limit. Remember, stayed below the speed limit, especially when it's icy and snowy like this. Watch what you're doing. Don't slam. Just slam your brakes. That's the best way to lock them up and go sliding, especially when you're bobtail. Don't try to pull an empty with big gusts of wind and it's snowing and it's below freezing like it is. It's not going to end great. So, yeah, that's all I can really tell you. I don't have a lot of experience still yet, but I will give you more as I go and as I learn. If you want to see the truck, all right, so here's the truck. This is a brand new Volvo. I think it has like 10,000 miles on it. He got it like 2,000 miles. Him and his last trainee took it up to like 9 something. We're at 10,000 miles. These seats are super comfortable. The passenger seat, that doesn't get sat in much. If you're a wide boy like me, it's going to dig into your back for a minute, but you'll be fine. So, like I said, it's a 2024 Volvo. Very nice. Very clean. Lots of storage spots. So you have storage here, above the passenger seat, here, here in the middle. You got another cubby here, another one above the driver's seat. Then you have the overhead storage here. You got more cigarette lighter and whatever you want to call them things for charging and adding stuff. Most Mentors have CBs. If they don't, you run into a snowstorm, you're gonna have some issues. This cubby right here, I typically just use for my gloves, so it's out of the way. So when I have to get out and drop the trailer and stuff, that's typically my gloves and my beanie that stays in there. And then right above me is like headphones, sunglasses, my book. You're gonna typically be over here until your Mentor is comfortable with you driving all the time. It's whatever. Really nice. You got your cup holder. You have your in the door storage. You can hold a big water bottle. Like this is a bigger Love's bottle. Drops right in there. It's really nice. Really convenient. As you go back, this, if your Mentor is nice, should be your storage. It fits a medium-sized duffel bag, or I'm gonna go small to medium-sized duffel bag. It's not huge, but it holds a lot. This is where the TV mount is. It's right here and it comes out. This is a really nice TV mount. You have a bunch of space in here. He doesn't use it. Some Mentors I'd say will. Most people will. I kind of just have, he has an extension that runs up. I have this for all my charging shit. And then there's this little spot here he uses for t-shirts, which is actually really smart. You have the closet. This is all his stuff, not mine. I don't want to mess with all his stuff, and I don't want to pull it out. Then you have below, looks like he has his waters and stuff in there. Put it all back. Same storage right here is where he has his shirts. Then here's like kind of like your tray where you're gonna eat. So you have another 12 volt. I'm assuming the nicer ones have a second 12 volt. You have a very small cup holder and then a bigger one. This is the step typically to get up to the top bunk. So kind of clean that off before you eat. And here's your tray. Not very big. I don't really like this tray. The Kenworth, I believe, has a bigger, nicer tray. But there's also like storage below it, which is nice. And then the fridge is actually very nice. Ooh. This is all his food. It's his truck, his fridge, his food. This is the freezer where he has frozen bottles of water. It's actually a really nice fridge. I don't know if I want a Volvo. I'd rather a Kenworth, but that is a nice fridge. I'm jealous. Second storage, he uses this typically for his shoes. And he's not a flip-flop driver, but he wears them when he's just in the cab in the sleeper, not when he's driving, thankfully. And then let me turn the light on. So here's the control panel. If you do get with a Mentor like mine who ends up going home, if you're stuck in like a storm or something like this, and the heat's off and you need the heat on, and you need the bunk heater, so you're gonna hit the menu, you're gonna hit it again, that's alarm, that's now heat. You're gonna hit the one off, you can turn it to auto I think as well. I don't use auto, but you're gonna turn it on, hit set. Now if you click it again and you go back to it, it's gonna say heat on. And then of course you can adjust the fan temp. And then this right here is the overhead light. So if you need the overhead light, it's right there. That's really nice. You can have the radio and everything. Don't hit the panic button. I don't know what it does. I'm not gonna bother it. But he also has, bottom bunk always has a nice charger portions off. There isn't any up top. Here's the windows. These also go out. Very nice. And that's the inverter beeping. Don't worry about it. Very nice. They vent. They'll lock open. I don't know about these bottom ones, but the top ones have just like the perfect amount of tilt in them. Inverter, quit beeping. This is the big inverter that's in his. I don't know if it's stock, but it came in it. That's what's in his. All right. So I'm 6 foot tall, and I fit up here perfect. I actually have about 3 or 4 inches extra height above my head to go up and down. Don't leave your shit trashed. Mine's only like this because we're not driving, so it's understandable. But here's the top windows, and like just the perfect amount. If it's really hot in here and you can't quite get your bunk heater like tuned in and nice, open this, leave it like that. You can even shut it so it's not a big wind gust. It just like, you know, comes in nice. It's perfect. Oh, this one's open. No wonder it's getting cool. But yeah, you do have the one charger up here. That one, of course, is a blank like the other one. This, like I said, is like, I'd say this is more of a small, but it's a medium to small duffel bag. Here's the Swift DQ bag. It won't fit there. So you're going to have to deal with it in your space. Especially if your mentor's with you. He's not going to want your shit down there in his way. So it's going to be up here with you, and you're going to have to sleep with it. Now, I will say, like I said, I am 6 foot, 6'1"-ish. I'm right between 6 foot and 6'1". So I can lay out completely flat right here, and my feet will not touch that wall. So that's very nice. And it gets very dark in here when you shut all the curtains, because there are curtains that will come from here and here and right across the seam. Block this off, black it out, along with curtains that come across the front on both sides. And it will block it off, and it will get black and completely pitch dark. It is very nice, especially if your times are messed up and you're, you know, sleeping during the day. So it's very nice, very comfortable, very roomy, spacious, very nice. I like the Volvo for its room and its convenience. I'd rather a Kenworth though. That's just me personally. It's not a bad truck. It goes, it pulls, it does its job, and it's nice. The heaters leave a lot to be desired because it's either hot or cold, and there's no in between. So I typically do max on the heater and that window open. But I get it, let me show you, open, and then I drop it down to that, so it's not gusts of wind coming in. So that's nice. Yeah. It's convenient. It's a good truck. Does its job.